We're cut off from the previous life, so let's just round up here. So as I was saying, kings and priests do not get to live their lives however they like. And as kings and priests unto God, we also cannot live our lives however we like. The Lord expects a distinct lifestyle from us. Okay. The Lord expects us to live a more regulated, a stricter lifestyle. We must keep the commandments of God. We must be vigilant. We must walk circumspectly. We must remember who we are, that we are not ordinary. We are not ordinary people. We are not like everyone else. We are different. We have a higher status, a higher calling, higher responsibilities. Our status demands consecration. Our status demands consecration. Our status demands discipline. I pray that the Lord will help us to understand this, that as kings and priests unto God, we must live a different lifestyle. Our lives must be different. There must be a change. There must be a difference in us. In Jesus Christ's name. In verse 11, John says, "And I beheld and I heard the voice of many angels round about the throne, and the four beasts and the elders. The number of them was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands." So John heard the voice of many angels, okay, round the throne of God, okay, and he also heard the voice of the four beasts and the 24 elders, okay, and they said that the number of the people, that the number of the voices that he heard was thousands of voices, thousands and thousands of voices, okay. And they were all saying with a loud voice in verse 12, say, "Worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing." Christ is worthy. Okay. Christ is worthy to receive all glory, all power, all wisdom, all riches. He is worthy because he overcame. He is worthy because he was perfectly obedient to the will of the Father. He is worthy because though he was tempted in every point, he remained sinless. He was faithful to the Father unto the end. So he is worthy. He said, "All power has been given unto me in heaven and on earth." Okay, that was after his resurrection, when he appeared to his disciples. He told them, say, "All power, okay, has been given unto me in heaven and on earth." Okay, so he is worthy of our praise. He is worthy of our worship. You know, there are some people who have reservations about worshiping Christ. They feel like, oh, he was just a prophet. You worship God, the Father, not Jesus Christ. But God, the Father, does not feel that way. Christ is worthy of worship. God himself has handed all things unto his Son, Jesus Christ. Okay? Verse 13 says, "And every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth and such as are in the sea, heard I, saying, Blessing and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb forever and ever." Okay? So it said every creature in heaven, on earth, in the sea, in the sky, everywhere. So we can see from, we are praising, you know, we're saying, we're giving praises and saying that all glory and honor, blessing and power be unto God and unto Jesus Christ. We can see from this passage that it is not only humans who worship God. It is not only man. Man is not the only creature that worships God. Okay. Man is not the only creature that worships God. And man is not the only creature that will worship God. Okay. We just do not speak the language of other creatures. So we do not know. but all of creation recognizes the sovereignty of God. Okay? See, every creature in heaven, on earth, under the earth, in the sea, everywhere, okay, we're giving praises and honor unto God the Father and unto Jesus Christ. Okay, verse 14 says, and the four beasts said, Amen. And the 24 elders fell down and worshipped him that liveth forever and ever. Okay, God is worthy of our worship. Jesus Christ, his Son, is worthy of our worship. Okay, let us worship God. Yesterday I laid emphasis on worship. Worship God. Worship God with your words, with your thoughts, and with your actions. Don't just worship him with your lips, but also worship him with your actions and even in your thoughts. Because if you worship God with your lips, you can sing all the praises to him, sing all the worship songs to him, tell him how much you love him, how good he is. But if you do not honor him by living a righteous life, by living in obedience to his commandments, then you have not worshipped him. True worship is expressed not just in words, but also in action. True worship is expressed not just in the utterances of the mouth, but in the honor that is given through our actions. So if we want to truly worship God, if we want to truly worship God, thank you for the compliments. If we want to truly worship God, we must act. We must show him by our actions that we reverence him, that we honor him. Okay, you cannot worship someone whom you do not honor. You cannot claim to worship someone whom you do not honor. You cannot claim to worship God. Some people go to church. They go to church maybe on Sunday and they sing worship songs, they sing praises to God, and all of that. And then when they come back home, they break all of God's commandments. There is nothing God tells them to do that they do. And everything God says do not do, that's what they do. You don't worship God. You don't. Because you cannot worship someone whom you do not honor. Before you can truly worship God, you must honor him by your actions, by consciously showing him that you value him, that you respect him, that you honor him, that you reverence him. And you can do that by keeping his commandments, by living by every word that proceeds out of his mouth. Whether or not it is convenient for you, whether or not you like it, whether or not it makes you comfortable, that is how you show God that you honor him. Okay, that is how you show God that you honor him. And that is worship, obedience. Okay, God values obedience a lot. God values obedience because when you obey him, you show him that you love him. You show him that you respect him. You show him that you honor him. You show him that you reverence him when you obey him. And that is worship. So when you obey him and then you come and tell him, Lord, I love you, he will agree with you that yes, you love him. He will agree with you that yes, you are worshiping him. I pray that the Lord will help us to understand this fact, that from henceforth, our worship will not just be vocal. Our worship will not just be by the utterances of our mouth, but by our actions, and even by our thoughts, by our obedience. May the Lord help us. In Jesus Christ's name. Amen. It was a great pleasure having you all here today. I hope we all got the message the Lord had for us today. Pray that the Lord will give us the grace to apply what we've learned today in our lives. I'll see you all again tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. But don't come alone. Invite someone. And as you do so, the Lord will bless you abundantly. Have a lovely night's rest. Sleep tight, sweet dreams, and good night.